Happening right now on Capitol Hill, the House Select Committee investigating the deadly Capitol riot, now holding its first high-profile hearing. We're going to have more coverage later in the show, and you can watch the full hearing online on KSAT.com.
The CDC set to make an announcement updating masking guidelines, how a surge in cases is prompting the change.
In just a couple of hours, the punishment phase in the Otis McCain trial set to begin. This comes after a dramatic day in court yesterday. Eric Hernandez joins us to talk about what we can expect today.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
San Antonio police say there was a lot of blood.
But they don't have a lot of information about who's responsible for the stab wounds a woman suffered inside her East Side home.
It happened overnight on Upland Road near East Houston. Katrina Weber reports the woman's children alerted police to the bloody scene.
San Antonio police made their way into a second-floor apartment on Upland Road after 3 children had made their way out. Police say they found the boys, who were 4, 5, and 8 years old, wandering alone down East Houston Street around 3 this morning. They told an officer they were headed to their father's house because their mother was dead. With help from the children, police found their blood-soaked home at the Antioch Village Apartments and their 31-year-old mother alive in a bathtub with puncture wounds in her belly and legs.
I don't either.
Dante Moore woke up to about a dozen missed calls from people trying to alert him to his friend's troubles.
Once I've answered my phone, I'll finally find out that something happened. I rush over here. So that's all I got.
What he found here hours later didn't calm his fears any. Items that appear to have been thrown out of the apartment in anger.
All this is messed up. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I'm going to find out because this is uncalled for.
Police still aren't sure exactly how much the children witnessed. They're still trying to find out whether they were actually present when their mother was hurt. They also don't know how she was hurt, whether she was cut by herself or someone else. Police say the woman who's being treated at a hospital isn't cooperating. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
This afternoon, the punishment phase in the Otis McCain case begins.
And this after a chaotic end to the trial yesterday. Eric Hernandez joins us now live in the studio with details. So many surprises yesterday, Erica.
Oh, yeah, a lot of it so unexpected. I think the entire day was unexpected. But just after 25 minutes in deliberations, the jury came back yesterday with a guilty verdict. But it's what happened after that had everybody talking. While the jury was exiting the courtroom, you will notice Otis McCain begins unbuttoning and untucking his shirt. After the jury leaves, he sits back down, puts his hands by his face, and as the bailiffs asked him to stand to take him out, McCain gets up and throws an elbow to the face of the bailiff. About a dozen others proceed to assist in taking McCain down. While we heard someone yell taser, we did find out later that it was not deployed. The bailiff was okay and did not suffer any major injuries and could be seen in the courtyard afterwards. As for the verdict, here's what both the defense and the district attorney had to say.
It's a quick verdict. We're obviously disappointed.
We are very pleased with the verdict. I know the family is pleased and relieved.
Now, there is still no word if an additional charge will be given to McCain or if he will even be in court today. Judge Ron Rangel told us he doesn't have to be there, but if he is, he will be fully restrained. Now, we do hear that the prosecution may be using that video of McCain hitting the bailiff during the punishment phase that begins today at 2 p.m. You can watch live on KSAT.com. David, Ursula?
That brings us to a pretty important question, Erica, because the jury was out of the courtroom. They show that video today. What do you think the impact will be when they see that video of him throwing that elbow to that bailiff's
I think it's
face?
going to have some serious impact, and I think that's why I kind of expect that video to be shown to the jury to show what his demeanor is and what his character truly is.
I heard a theory that the reason he was unbuttoning his shirt was because he was planning the attack, because that would help him get away because they couldn't grab his shirt to hold him.
We can't really say what his mindset was at that moment. The entire trial, he didn't show hardly any emotion until that one day when he was watching the interrogation video of himself. He broke down in court. But it's really hard to say what he was really thinking, if he was getting ready, if he was just, planning to change when he got back. We really don't know. But it does not look good at this point for the defense or for Otis McCain. Yeah.
Thank you, Erica. We'll continue to follow this all day long and into the week. Meantime, an overnight standoff ending with San Antonio police shooting a suspect who is still in critical condition.
This happened in the 3100 block of Roosevelt Avenue near the San Antonio Missions on the city's south side. However, when police entered the home, they made a deadly discovery.
The woman found dead inside these apartments has been identified as 29-year-old Nita Tijerina. Now, while the Bexar County Medical Examiner has not ruled her cause of death, SCPD found the woman after a long standoff with a man who they say threatened to kill her. This all started at 9 Monday night. Police Chief William McManus made the scene. He tells us that the man was seen near a window with a long rifle. The man later walked out of the home holding a 3-month-old baby in his hands and then went back inside. McManus says 3 officers later shot the man after he walked back out again, but this time carrying a gun.
There were 3 officers to the right alongside of a freestanding garage. He turned possibly turned toward them with the gun. The 3 officers that were in front of him fired.
When officers went up to investigate the scene, they found the man shot and Tijerina dead inside the home. Now, police have not released that man's name, but the 3 children who were inside the home were thankfully not hurt. The oldest is believed to be 15. Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News.
A San Antonio City Councilman making some changes at his office. That office no longer planning in-person meetings due to the recent rise in coronavirus cases. In a statement, District 9 Councilman John Courage said that public safety remains a concern, and he said he wants to do everything possible to avoid spreading COVID-19. The councilman's office will hold meetings through video conference. His office will post times and links to those meetings on social media.
The Texas State Teachers Association calling on Governor Greg Abbott to allow school districts to require masks in school. Meanwhile, today the Centers for Disease Prevention is expected to update masking guidelines. It's expected to backpedal and recommend that even fully vaccinated people should wear masks indoors. The recommendation is expected to apply to areas where coronavirus cases are surging. In recent weeks, a growing number of cities and towns have restored indoor masking rules. St. Louis, Savannah, Georgia, Provincetown, Massachusetts are among the places that reimpose mask mandates this month.
And that change is not so surprising anymore. The CDC now reporting that the U.S. has high community transmission, with 62% of counties reporting major spread of the disease.
As ABC's Rena Roy reports, local governments across the country are pushing to get more people vaccinated.
As the Delta variant spreads coast to coast, vaccine mandates now going into effect. New York City and California requiring government employees to get their shots or face weekly testing.
You don't have a choice to go out and drink and drive and put everybody else's lives at risk. That's the equivalent of this moment with the deadliness and efficiency of the Delta virus.
President Biden also announcing Veterans Affairs will mandate vaccines, the first federal agency to do so.
Veteran Affairs is going to, in fact, require that all docs working in facilities are going to have to be vaccinated.
Monday night, a crowd gathering near the White House to remember the 610,000 Americans who have lost their lives to the virus. This as cases climb in nearly every state, overwhelming some hospitals. A hospital near Miami converting an auditorium for more bed space and allowing only vaccinated visitors. 48-year-old mother Kay Cobb just got out of the hospital after a battle with COVID. She avoided the vaccine because she was worried about side effects, but is now pushing her whole family to get the shot.
I do regret waiting, and I had several conversations with several people, and I was like, I just need to see how this thing is going to turn out. Like, are you guys going to get sick later? I was putting it off.
The mayor of New York City is calling on private companies to mandate vaccines, and the Justice Department has announced that employers do have the right to require shots, even without the FDA's full approval of the vaccines. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The Judson Independent School District approved calling a November bond election. The district says residents won't have to pay higher taxes, though, to fund that program. The $302.5 million bond program will address student enrollment growth by funding the construction of 2 new schools. Other projects include renovations at campuses, enhancements to safety and security, and technology improvements for students and staff. The bond will appear as 3 separate propositions: a general school bond proposition, a athletic proposal, and a technology proposal.
It's been hot for sure, but maybe just some relief coming up next couple days. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
And you can't have a healthy quarterback if you can't protect him. That means you need a strong offensive line. Greg Simmons goes one-on-one with one of the guys who is prepared to protect. Coming up.
Nearly 2,000 local students are getting help preparing for the upcoming school year. How the city is providing them some of the tools they'll need to succeed. The San Antonio Housing Authority helping low-income families get ready for the first day of school. Today, 2,000 children registered to pick up school supplies. The students from elementary through high school receiving things like backpacks, notebooks, pencils, even books. Ed Hinojosa, the president and CEO of the Housing Authority, says families in this program only make about $10,000 a year or less. So this event is a huge weight off parents' shoulders.
We have 27,000 kids in housing in San Antonio, in our public housing and Section 8 housing. So we're distributing school supplies for the kids, and it's an exciting day for us, and it's an exciting day for the kids.
Hinojosa also says these donations go a long way and that he appreciates the city of San Antonio stepping up to help those who need it most.
Outside with Live Cam, we're holding out hope. We got a few days left in the month of July, and we're hoping that we don't hit that triple-digit mark. And that way, Justin will have a stat he can talk about like 5 years from now. He can go, hey, remember back in July of 2021, we never hit 100?
We probably broke a few records in July. Rainfall total, maybe?
Not quite a record, but it was healthy. And we don't want to jinx anything, okay? We still got to get through August and September before we start talking about no 100-degree days. But nothing, at least in the 7-day forecast. The aquifer down 0.8 of a foot, 669 even. In your pollen count, molds are moderate, pigweed is low. We'll look at the numbers and maybe some small rain chances too coming up.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News. Activision Blizzard employees taking a stand against company leadership as more than 800 employees have signed an open letter to leaders, this over their abhorrent and insulting response to a California state investigation and lawsuit. And the suit alleges female employees endured sexual harassment, which was fueled by the company's toxic work culture. Activision alleges that the suit paints a distorted and false description of the workplace. Meanwhile, Six Flags shares riding upwards, this following an upbeat analysis from Wedbush. Shares of the amusement park company rose 5.4% Monday. That after Wedbush upgraded the stock to outperform, calling it a compelling reopening play. The firm said Six Flags has massively underperformed since the country began reopening and has a realistic post-pandemic potential. And Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos offering NASA a $2 billion discount. This for a contract to build a lunar lander for astronauts going to the moon. Bezos claims Blue Origin would waive all payments up to a fixed amount in the current and next 2 government fiscal years. He goes on to say that NASA should embrace its original strategy of competition. And that's your Cheddar News Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado, coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
So it sounds like we've hit summer.
Well,
feels like it too.
Well, I'm just hoping that we just get through July. Mm-hmm. And then we go back to the rainy weather in August. Yes. I was complaining to my son that he needed to get out in the yard and start mowing.
Yeah.
And weed eating. It's out of control.
Did he?
Well, he wanted to go to Six Flags today, so.
And what did you make him do?
I said, you can go today, but the rest of the week you're working.
Well, see, the thing about it is you got to do it in the mornings and evenings anyway, so, go to Six Flags during the day, and then when you get home, then
but the reason he had to go to Six Flags today is because he'd already bought a ticket and it had rained every single time they tried to go in July.
There you go. Well, good reason then. It's a little hot, and it's certainly going to be for the next couple of days. I want to look long term here. We're going to talk about August 1st through August 5th. And what we're doing is looking at the temperature and whether or not it's going to be below or above average. Where you see the darker orange colors, that's where we think there will be above average temperatures. In fact, there's about a 50% chance it's going to be above average during that time frame. Bottom line, the main takeaway from this graphic is it's going to be hot for the foreseeable future. I mean, it is the summer. We would expect that, but we know that the temperatures are going to be probably a little bit above average as we head into August. There are heat advisories posted for much of the country, stretching from the Dakotas all the way down to Louisiana, including parts of Texas, because we have that big heat high over the top of the middle of the country, and that's why temperatures are really starting to crank up. That includes here in South Texas, too. We just don't have heat advisories. We're not quite to that level. As we look south, though, there is a little bit of area of low pressure off the tip of Texas. This is going to move into Mexico tomorrow. This is not particularly strong. It's not going to generate a lot of rain, but it could kick up a shower or two tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon. So we'll watch for that as it moves in. It's moving east to west. And it is generating a few showers out in the Gulf today. So that makes us a little more hopeful that there may be something there tomorrow. The satellite shows that there is not much cloud cover now. There was earlier. We started off with quite a bit of cloud cover. Just some high clouds drifting through, and we'll see those off and on today. And the forecast does try to generate a couple of showers up across hill country. Can't rule it out. 10% chance of rain, I think, up there. But if you see anything, it's going to be very quick and very light. As we get into tomorrow, this model does try to generate a few more showers and storms. And I think even here in San Antonio, we'll have the chance to see something, but the rain chances are going to be 20% or less. So most of us stay dry, most of us stay hot. And really, that's kind of our one chance throughout the 7-day to see some rain. There's the scene outside. I mentioned some of those high clouds. They're there. Temperatures right now 87, but it feels like 95 even at this hour. Dew point is at 74. That's brutal. 90 in New Braunfels, 86 Canyon Lake, 86 Pleasanton, 91 right now in Devine. 90 Cotulla, 91 out in Del Rio. So temperatures are really starting to warm up. The heat index today, well, it's already at 95. So we're forecasting 98, may even go a little bit warmer than that. I think we're going to get close to 100 here in town. It'll feel like 100 in Pleasanton, 100 in Gonzales. So prepare yourself for more heat and humidity. The heat index forecast doesn't change at all. We're talking about 100 each and every day. It may even try to creep up a little bit over the weekend, where heat indices are around 103, maybe even 104. Here's the extended forecast. And if you were hoping for some rain, well, that's jumped right past the 7-day there. Again, the chances are low, 20% chance tomorrow. Temperatures basically stay in the mid-90s all the way through the weekend, and maybe another very slight chance on Sunday, guys.
All right, Justin, thank you.
Yep. So we'll check it tomorrow, see if your son gets up in the morning and mows the yard.
I'll give you a report.
It'll be good. Coming up, Cowboys looking to build that offensive lineup again. More on that in just a minute.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Finally, they're putting on some pads for the first time. Dallas Cowboys continue their training camp in Oxnard. Yesterday, the boys had the day off, but one of the battles we're having fun following is between Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb, both coming off great rookie seasons. Lamb almost 1,000 yards in just his first season. Diggs had 3 interceptions. Now the two battle it out in Oxnard for the very first time. Meanwhile, Greg Simmons got the chance to interview offensive lineman Zach Martin.
We continue our coverage of the Dallas Cowboys training camp here in California with star offensive lineman Zach Martin. Zach, thanks for being with us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've been a staple here with us since you've joined the Dallas Cowboys. Tell me, what is it like to finally be back in Oxnard after last year off? It's got to be a blessing.
Yeah, no, it's great. We love coming out here. It just feels like training camp when you come out to Oxnard. You get to kind of put your head down and go to work for about a month and kind of build the foundation for your football team.
What is it like under McCarthy out here? What has changed under Coach McCarthy, you think?
You know, a lot of the same stuff. You know, we're coming out to work every day. You know, practice in the morning has been nice, kind of waking up and getting going and then coming out and making the corrections in the afternoon. So that's really the biggest difference, I would say.
An iconic picture was taken today, actually, by our photographer, Billy Caldera here. You were walking out, and it was 3 of you. It was Lael Collins, yourself, and Tyron Smith. And behind you was Ezekiel Elliott. Was that by design today?
That was not by design. Me, T, and LC try to come out together every day, but that didn't know Zeke was behind us.
And I look at that picture. Is it just kind of a sigh of relief that all 3 of you are healthy again? And out here 100%?
Yeah, no, it's great. Obviously, we had a tough year last year with injuries. Although it allowed some young guys to step up and get some really quality reps, I think that's something that has been good for us. We've got a pretty deep offensive line who's got a lot of game experience, but we're very excited to be healthy and ready to roll.
Now, Coach was telling, is Zeke in the offensive line meetings? Is that right? Or has he attended any meetings like that?
Usually when we get going on game plan stuff, the running backs and especially Zeke, who's not in special teams, will come into our room and we'll kind of go through the game plan and different things together.
Does that help?
I think it does. I think it's a great opportunity for not only us, but for him to kind of see the game from our point of view, and we can kind of collaborate and see what he's thinking on certain reads and cuts. So it's great having him in there.
And Tyler Biadasz, this is actually his first season to go start to finish as a starter. How have you seen him evolve, getting some start time last season and now evolving into this season?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I think the thing that really jumps off to me is that, how on point he is just with the scheme and kind of running the show up there. Sometimes, especially in this offense, a lot's asked of the center. So for a young guy to come in like that and be on top of it these first couple of days has been really nice.
And finally, obviously, what is it like to have Dak back here?
I mean, it's huge. He's the heartbeat of our team, and he's so much more than the quarterback. So to have him out there, his presence is just fantastic.
Congratulations on getting out here again.
Yeah.
And good luck on this coming season.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right, so here's the schedule for today and the rest of the week. You notice they're all afternoon practices. What are they doing in the morning? Sleeping in? Nah, it's work out there at Cowboys camp. Except for, Greg's working hard too. And by the way, we just got this in earlier a few minutes ago. Texas and Oklahoma have officially submitted their request to join the SEC. The commissioner of the SEC says the league will consider it in the near future. So that's one official step that they've taken to leave the Big 12.
You think it's a good move?
We don't have enough time for that one.
Back to school shopping. It can be stressful, and this year could be even worse. Demand for school merchandise is high, leading to possible shortages and raising concern over online shopping scams. Coming up in the next half hour, how to avoid being a victim.
A hearing underway as a special committee investigates the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Today, the committee is hearing testimony from 4 officers who witnessed the violence of that day firsthand and risked their lives to defend the Capitol. ABC's Alex Boucher is on Capitol Hill where all this is unfolding.
An emotional day ahead on Capitol Hill when 4 police officers who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6 kickstart the House Select Committee's investigation into the deadly attack. Each expected to vividly detail their experiences with new graphic video from that day guiding today's hearing. D.C. police officer Michael Fanone, who battled the mob of Donald Trump supporters trying to stop Congress from certifying Joe Biden's Electoral College win, plans to testify in his uniform.
I was beaten. I was struck numerous times at the base of my skull with a taser device, and as a result, I suffered a heart attack, traumatic brain injury. Now I'm grappling with PTSD.
According to the Department of Justice, at least 165 people have been charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers during the insurrection. Representative Adam Schiff telling ABC News the committee is still working on issuing subpoenas and could call lawmakers, including House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, to testify.
We will follow the evidence wherever it leads, so no one is off the table.
Today's hearing comes amid a tense fight between House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and McCarthy, after Pelosi blocked 2 of the GOP leader's 5 picks to the panel. McCarthy reacting by boycotting the investigation.
This attack was un-American, that it was unacceptable, that it was an assault on our democracy. And I cannot explain why they have in such a short period of time gone from understanding that danger to now, in some cases, trying to whitewash it.
And McCarthy has threatened Republicans could launch their own investigation into the Capitol attack. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
The fuel needle moving closer to empty at some U.S. airports. That's according to American Airlines, which is asking pilots to take some steps to save fuel. American reporting low fuel levels at several small to mid-size airports, mostly because of a shortage of fuel tankers and drivers. Other airlines also seeing effects as well. Delta Airlines says it's seeing a shortage in Reno, Nevada. Southwest says the fuel situation isn't affecting flights, but it is adding more fuel on its planes to limit the amount needed at airports that have shortages.
It could be days before officials will be able to assess the damage California's largest wildfire has done to a small town, since some areas are difficult to reach. Erratic winds and the potential for dry lightning added to the challenges facing crews battling the Dixie Fire, which roared through the remote community of Indian Falls over the weekend. Firefighters reported progress against the nation's largest wildfire, the Bootleg Fire in southern Oregon. It's now 53% contained. More than 85 large wildfires are burning across the country, most in the western states.
Looking outside with live cam, we are seeing a few really high up clouds, and that's about it. Lots of sun.
Yeah, well, lots of sun. Those aren't rainmakers. Those will just be some thin clouds that'll move through today. I want to show you a beautiful picture, though, on our KSAT Connect. This is a good one. God's beauty is how they're terming it. It is gorgeous. That is butterfly landing there on the flower. And, you know, the flowers around here are still doing okay because we still have soil moisture. Still left over from those rains. There's still a lot of moisture in the soil, but that won't last all that long. Rick, by the way, we appreciate that picture, as always, on our KSAT Connect. Speaking of water, let's head down to the coast. If you're heading down to the beach, these are the forecasts for the next couple days. Wednesday, we're expecting just a 10% chance of rain. Wave height 1 to 2 feet. Really, it looks pretty good. Water temperatures in the upper 80s. And as we look at Thursday, same story. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Maybe a little better chance of rain on Thursday, but not much. Still only 20%. 87 Canyon Lake, 90 in New Braunfels right now, 90 in Gonzales. We're at 89 in Divine, 86 Hondo. And the forecast for today, we should be up around 95 this afternoon. Of course, that 95 is going to feel like 100. If not a little bit above that in a lot of spots. Temperatures will be slow to cool down this evening, and we'll be on the lookout for a couple of showers tomorrow. Another look at that forecast in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Now to the Olympics. There are some big storylines playing out right now. The U.S. women's softball team going for gold against Japan. Plus, there's a shocker out of women's gymnastics. Simone Biles out of the team competition. The impact of her loss on Team USA. ABC's Jim Ryan is tracking it all from Tokyo.
Heartbreak in women's gymnastics. Team USA failed to capture gold in the team sport for the first time since 2008. The women were dealt a big blow after Simone Biles withdrew from the event because of a medical issue.
No injury, thankfully, and that's why I took a step back, because I didn't want to do something silly out there and get injured. So I thought it was best if these girls took over and did the rest of the job, which they absolutely did. They're Olympic silver medalists now, and they should be really proud of themselves for how well they did last minute having to go in.
The women's softball team has to settle for silver after losing to Japan 2-0 in the gold medal game. It was a rematch of 2008, the last time a gold medal was awarded in that sport. In that matchup, Japan stunned the U.S. to take the gold. In the first ever surfing competition, American Carissa Moore made history, winning gold. In just their second time together as a pair, Jessica Parado and Delaney Schnell won silver in the women's 10-meter synchronized platform diving event. The women's soccer team advanced to the quarterfinals after a scoreless draw against Australia. Basketball, the USA women won their 50th straight gaming Olympic competition, defeating Nigeria in their opening game. But an early exit for tennis superstar Naomi Osaka. Japan's face of the Olympics was knocked out in the third round a few days after lighting the Olympic flame. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Tokyo.
The Texas heat, all too familiar to us. However, you should take steps to stay cool. How to avoid heat-related illnesses, coming up.
School supplies are in high demand. This year, parents might, though, see a shortage. And that's not the only issue you might face. Why, the Better Business Bureau is warning about a possible back-to-school shopping scam.
A lot of parents are getting ready for back-to-school shopping. While you're checking things off your list, the Better Business Bureau is warning about shopping scams online. Experts expect a surge in demand for supplies. The National Retail Federation says shoppers are expected to spend an average of $850 per family. That desperation triggering the Better Business Bureau to issue a warning about online shopping scams. The BBB urging consumers to verify third-party vendors found through ads on social media.
If you see those pop-up ads,
use some hesitation and caution with those and double check the name of the business to make sure they're legitimate.
And the Better Business Bureau recommends using a credit card when buying online, saying you'll have additional protections to dispute and resolve charges if you don't receive the items you purchased.
Even though summer is winding down for students, those summertime temperatures are, at least here anyway, going back up. It's important to stay cool because overheating can cause illness. We should already know these rules here in South Texas, but maybe we need a reminder that heat can be a big risk factor in the workplace. With more, here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Hundreds of workers a year suffer from heat-related illness. That's according to the CDC. There are some things employers can do to keep workers safe. The first step to preventing heat-related illness is to recognize it. Heat stress is caused by a combination of exposure to heat, the environment, physical activity, equipment, and hydration. After excessive exposure to heat, the body can develop signs of heat strain, like excessive sweating, fast heart rate, and high body heat. This can lead to heat illness like dizziness, confusion, stroke, kidney failure, and muscle breakdown. Reducing heat-related illness can also reduce other work-related injuries, such as falls. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
The city of San Antonio now opening up cooling centers to provide some relief from the heat. There are dozens of centers that are going to be open all the way through Saturday. Libraries make up some of these centers. The map shows others also placed in parts of the county to help people stay cool. We have a link with all of those locations on our website, KSAT.com, and we might take advantage of that.
Yeah, you look outside and you look at the temperature right now. We know it's going to get around the mid-90s and humidity, and that's where it gets kind of interesting at 95, right?
It can be deceiving. You know, you look at the temperature, you think, oh, 90s, low 90s, I can handle that. But you add in that humidity, and it doesn't matter who you are, it gets to you. And we've been so, well, quote unquote, cool this month that these temperatures really are kind of a change. 87 so far today. We will get into the mid-90s. The record is 106, set back in 1954, and the record low 66. That sounds nice, set back in 1903. We'll take a look at some small rain chances coming up tomorrow. Coming up.
As you know, our weather authority is full of knowledge and giving us the forecast like Justin just did a few minutes ago, and is not as easy as it looks.
And so, in their latest project, Katie Blake and Sarah Spivey are going to break down exactly what it takes to be a meteorologist, from education and graphics to, yes, even the makeup and the early wake-up calls.
Here's a preview of season 2 of their podcast, Whatever the Weather.
Question we get often is, what do you study in school? Like, how do you become a meteorologist? Do you just study how to stand in front of a green screen and smile and point and wave and read a prompter? No. It is a lot more in depth than that.
Okay, I'll wrap it up. See, this is why we have a script now, so I don't just talk and talk.
The atmosphere is so complex that we have to turn it into a math equation so that we can see what's next, but it's not simple math.
The graphics that we use, one by a company, the Weather Company.
Really great name there.
I like it. It's straightforward to the point.
If we were just to put data on television, that would be hecka boring, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, you can, yeah.
And the last thing they want to be is boring.
Well, we were asking, if makeup is something you have to deal with, don't you, Justin?
What?
What?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. Yes, it is. Okay.
Do they go to you for tips?
No, I definitely don't think that's the case. But let me tell you, those two ladies, those two meteorologists,
they're so smart.
Very smart. It's good stuff. Check it out. Listen to a great podcast. Love working with those guys. Love the entire weather team. Okay, we'll move past the sappy stuff now. Let's talk about the weather. We've got some beautiful but hot weather going on outside. Some high clouds moving through at this hour. Temperatures in the upper 80s. 87 at the airport right now. 85 Stinson, 84 Kelly. Yes, it is fairly nice right now, but it's going to get pretty toasty this afternoon. Calm winds for the most part. We're not expecting a huge breeze today, but if we do see anything, it'll probably be out of the south. There's a look at the satellite picture. We got some of those high clouds working through. 86 at Randolph, 85 Seguin, already up to 90 in New Braunfels, so it is getting hot there. 89 Uvalde, 91 in Del Rio. And I think we'll probably see these high clouds thicken up a little bit as this batch works in our direction. That could work in our favor as far as temperatures are concerned this afternoon, but I still think we'll get up into the mid-90s. Now, this is the current heat index, and we're already feeling like it's 100 in Gonzales, 92 in Kennedy, 96 in New Braunfels, 94 in Kerrville. So the heat index values already jumping up. And again, the satellite picture shows that, yes, we have some of those clouds working through. I want to show you the water vapor, though, and this image always gives us a good idea of where we have spins in the atmosphere. And any sort of spin, especially if it's counterclockwise, it's going to help us out. May give us some rain chances. And look at that. The area of low pressure right there. We can detect it on water vapor. It's moving in our direction. It's going to throw some moisture in our direction tomorrow. And so I think there is a rain chance there tomorrow afternoon. Not great, but a couple pop-up showers and storms. It could happen. About a 20% chance, I think, as it stands right now. Once that moves past, and that'll happen by Thursday, our rain chances will go away again. Let's look at the current heat index across the state. Again, our heat index here, 95, but Corpus feels like 97, feels like 98 there in Houston. And there are heat advisories posted for a large portion of the country, from Canada all the way down to the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, Little Rock, Shreveport, Kansas City, St. Louis, Omaha, all places that are going to be baking today because we have our Ridge 5 pressure in the middle part of the country. And really, most of the summer had been moving around and spreading some of the heat, as you remember, Pacific Northwest. But now it's sort of settled in where it typically sets up in the summer in the middle part of the country. And that's going to keep a large portion of the United States very toasty. There it is. And there's that little disturbance I was speaking of. It moves west into Mexico tomorrow. And so that's probably where our rain chance is. But then the high pressure builds back in Thursday into Friday, and that's going to keep things nice and hot. Forecast for this afternoon. This model does show a couple of isolated showers or storms popping up. I don't think there's really that great of a chance of it, but I'm not going to completely rule it out in the hill country. Tomorrow, this does show a little bit more activity during the afternoon hours with some pop-up showers and storms. And that's going to be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Past that, I think rain chances pretty much go away. Thursday, Friday, temperatures come up just a little bit. By the weekend, the models are hinting at maybe another little piece of energy coming through, maybe a little bit more moisture. And so as of now, I've stuck in a 10% chance of rain on Sunday. But look, none of this is going to be plentiful rain, not like what we saw earlier this month. So the bottom line here is hot and humid, and those temperatures keep going up. We're looking at 98 by Monday. We'll be right back.
Reality TV star Kyle Richards got chased by a bunch of bees in her Beverly Hills backyard.
She jumped into her pool to escape them. Richards had to go to the hospital because she's allergic to bee stings, but now she is okay.
As CNN's Jeannie Mose reports, the encounter was caught on a surveillance camera.
Husband has helped you. This is the story of how one of the real housewives of Beverly Hills became a desperate housewife and had to jump in the pool to escape bees. Kyle Richards ended up in the hospital because of her bee sting allergy. Usually she seems allergic to her fellow housewives.
Yeah, you do not want to go there.
But where she went was her yard, where she says she walked into a beehive. Kyle later posted the security camera video of the bees chasing her on Instagram. My family wasn't home, and for whatever reason, the people that work for me couldn't hear me screaming for help. Plus, she couldn't get her EpiPen to work to block the allergic reaction. Throughout the reality show, she's talked about her fear of bees.
Ah, bee! Oh my God, there's a bee. I'm so sorry. There's a bee!
Is that a bee? And her co-stars have teased and imitated her.
Wait, is that a bee? Where's my EpiPen?
And now it's actually happened.
I was screaming, help me, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
She felt bees still in her hair, so she jumped in the pool. First responders answered her frantic calls, and off she went to the hospital, where she recovered quickly, and when she got out, was able to pose with her rescuers. The last celebrity to be publicly covered with bees tried to attract them. Angelina Jolie was posing for National Geographic on World Bee Day. They actually dabbed pheromones on her to lure the bees, Everyone else wore protective gear, but Angelina posed for 18 nearly motionless minutes without a sting. In reality, the tables were turned on the reality show housewife, who's normally the one who stings like a bee.
You are so sick. You are pathetic, okay?
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
See, I think that's real reality TV right there. That's the real
reality,
thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, getting stung by a bee and being allergic, that's probably pretty real.
Oh, look at you guys. You're protected from the bees, but maybe not from your swords.
Yes.
They're giving us swords. What could possibly go wrong?
At least you have protective equipment. See, you can go like that.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, we are all in Olympic spirit here, and of course we are talking fencing, and Tommy Hermy is fencing coach, and you said this is one of the classic oldest sports, right?
Yeah, it's one of the only few sports that have been in every single Olympic game since the modern Olympics started in 1896.
Okay, and you brought a couple of competitors with you. Show us how it's done. Go ahead a little bit there. Yeah, and one of them wants to go against me. Really? Great.
Ready.
Hey, we are also going to get a cup of coffee with Java Jen.
Yes.
She's heading out to a local spot there and on a Texas trip over to Helotes. All right, after all this fencing, you know what we need now?
A drink. Yes, we will. At least an adult drink.
Put your foil down so Nick can come in here.
Sorry, I forgot I have this. Nick Finks with Artisan Distillery is here.
We need a cocktail after this one because it is National
Scotch Day.
All right, I'll drink to that. On guard.
And